Hey everybody. Oh honey, if ever there was a fightin' between the world of soul music. In the 1960s, Carla Thomas and the indomitable Arthur Franklin were the two queens who ruled the airwaves. Scenes were less than harmonious. There were rumours that Arthur was crowned the Queen of Soul, but Carla had been known as the Queen of Memphis Soul for a long time, which didn't sit well with either of them. Camp fans were always comparing their voices, styles, and even their stage presence. Some insiders whispered that Arthur wasn't too pleased with Carla's rising fame, especially since Carla had a string of hits with Stax. This caused a lot of tension between the two of them. Even though neither of the queens publicly acknowledged any animosity, their interactions were reportedly frosty. If you were a spectator at a soul music award show, just imagine the glares that must have been exchanged. The rivalry added a whole new layer of intrigue to their careers, prompting fans to pick sides and fueling gossip columns for years. Weather Records was one of the biggest labels in soul music. It was a case of professional envy, or just the two of them competing naturally. Carla and Arthur's conflict is still one of the most talked about rivalries in music history. They are superstars. Let's talk about Carla's time at Stax Records. Stax was a powerhouse in the 1960s, producing hit after hit. However, there was always talk that Carla didn't get the recognition she deserved. The label was dominated by male artists like Otis Redding, Booker T, and the MGs, Sam and Dave, to name a few, while Carla had some hits. Assert that she was constantly eclipsed by. There were male counterparts to her, whispers that were not promoted by the label, her with the same ferocity they did the men. Despite the fact that her talent was unquestionable, tension behind closed doors allegedly simmered as Carla fought for. Carla's struggles at Stax are a dark chapter in the label's history, and it's a story that still has people talking. Let's talk about the rumour that just won't die. Carla Thomas and Otis Redding, these two were the dynamic duo of Stax Records, turning out hits like Knock on Wood. But the real question is whether they were just musical. Although the powers that be at Stax were more focused on their male stars, this led to some serious friction. The chemistry between Carla and Otis was undeniable, both in the studio and on stage, and fans couldn't help but speculate that their partnership might have evolved into something more. Partners, or something more? Personal. The whispers grew louder each time they performed together. Some insiders claimed that the two were closer than they had admitted to being in the past. Here's a mystery that has haunted Carla Thomas's career. What happened to her lost albums? That's right, folks, there were entire albums recorded by Carla that never saw the light of day. Was it label politics, artistic differences, or something even more scandalous? According to industry insiders, Carla recorded several projects that were mysteriously held by Stax Records. Some say the label didn't know how to market a female artist with Carla's range, while others suggest that the material Carla Thomas was on top of the world in the 1960s, but by the 1970s, her career had taken a nosedive. What happened? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Some say Carla was pushed out of the spotlight by her own label, while others blamed changing musical trends for her sudden decline as disco and funk began to dominate the airwaves. The classic soul sound that Carla was known for started to fade from popularity, but was it just a case of bad timing, or was there something more sinister at play? Rumours that has had a long-lasting impact on the history of soul music. Here are some examples. Carla Thomas. This is your family drama. Rufus Thomas was a household name. Figure, but there, in his own right. The relationship did not always go well. Sailing. There were rumours that they were serious. Tension existed between Rufus and his daughter, especially when it came to Carla's career choices. Strong and larger-than-life personality. Opinions, and some claim that he was extremely clear. Ideas regarding the management of Carla's career. However, Carla was no shrinking violet. She had her own vision for her music, which reportedly resulted in a number of heated arguments. There were even whispers that Rufus tried to interfere with Carla's deals and recordings, causing friction not only within the family, but also with the record label and the father-daughter dynamic. Carla's assertion of her independence caused a rift that many believe affected both their personal and professional lives. Added complexity to Carla's already difficult career of making it, navigating the music industry clearly, was not at all simple for her. Oh, the duets that might have involved Carla Thomas, together with Sam Cooke, two of the best voices. Thanks.